So Eric Byler, the TYT reporter, was at a Fight for 15 rally. He was interviewing a guy who worked at the Waffle House, and he was involved in this Fight for 15 protest. It's about the minimum wage, and he's been laying down a lot of knowledge. And Eric asked him a great question here about the alt-right, and if it appeals to guys like him, you know, regular working stiffs who live in the South. And here's what he says.
This conference, it was called the alt-right, white nationalist conference. And I spoke
policy.
Yeah,
Fuck them. Fuck them, man. Shit.
Let me just share one little piece of it, is that a guy that I interviewed for quite a long time, his name was Nathan, he said basically diversity is causing a lot of strife in this country. We need to undiversify America. And he points to actually Scandinavian countries and says, look, they have programs where they take care of their people in places where it's homogenous. And the only reason why we can't take care of our people here is that everybody gets jealous of the other races. They don't want to take care of the other races with their taxpayer dollars. Do you think there's some, merit to that argument?
So the alt-right guy says, yeah, sure, Netherlands, they have better stuff than we do because they're all white. And that's why we can't have nice things, because we have too many colored people screwing up the stuff. And it creates resentment. And that's what he's saying to this guy. And let's listen to what this guy says back.
Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. No. They the reason that the program's so successful, up in Norway, Sweden, etc., is not because they're 99% white. No, the thing why it works up there is because they don't have the military budget we have. They don't have the prison budget we have. They have taxes in the 30-some%. Their regulations their corporations are regulated all the shit. That's why they're able to get these social programs working. It's not because, they all look the same.
Nick, if I'm ever doing a show in Virginia, you are on the guest list, buddy. Anywhere near you, you're on the guest list.
So the fact that he knew why Scandinavian countries have the things they have, as opposed to why we don't have them. They have them because they decided to have them as a society. It's a policy choice to tax corporations and provide for people.
But that's not what he said, though.
What
he said we have to spend our money on the military and on. I kind of disagree with what he's saying, though.
What?
He's right that we spend our money on things they don't spend.
That they
their
don't like
money
the military and prison
but
industrial
that's not
complex.
why we also don't spend more money on the things we should be spending money on, because we're already spending more money on healthcare than those countries per capita. We have higher expenses per person than those countries because that money's just being funneled into corporate profit ledgers. So it's not because we spend money on the military they don't, therefore they have extra money to spend that we would be spending. We just don't. We do what you said. We make the choice not to.
Yes, it's a choice. It's because we make a choice to let our government be corrupted by money and politics. Yes. And that's why we spend all our money on the military industrial complex and prison industrial complex and things like that, instead of on healthcare for people or colleges or infrastructure or good jobs for everyone or doubling the teachers' pay in America and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's pretty nails it about what's right about Scandinavia.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, he's certainly in the right realm there, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like if we suddenly took away our military budget here and had all that pile of money that the people in charge are suddenly going to go, all right, college and healthcare for everybody, and we're going to.
But the point is, we have it though. Yeah. The point is that we do have it. We spend it in weird ways.
Yeah.
That's I think that's more of his point, that, that's because we spend it stupidly. It's not because we have too many races in America. It's because we have these resources. We don't allocate them correctly out of choice.
And there is merit to the notion that some smaller countries don't have to spend as much money on their military because ours is traipsing around the world putting up bases and walls everywhere.
Yes.
So there is some merit to that
spreading
notion.
democracy. Spreading democracy.
At the behest of a theocracy named Saudi Arabia. We're
One
spreading
oil
democracy.
field at a time. We're spreading democracy.
We're protecting spreading democracy.
How cool was it that
he's a great guy, though.
How cool was it that he was able to shut down that bullshit alt-right stuff?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's not why. That's great. And I mean, that guy has he has a gravitas, right? And he has an authenticity that you can't fake. And so God bless that guy. Man, that guy is a clear thinker. And he works at a Waffle House. And we need guys like that. That's who we need to lead this fight back. Because, I keep looking to politicians. right? I'm like, oh, how are we going to do this politically? And I think it's going to be done this way. I think it's going to be done with Wes Clark Jr. and Michael Wood Jr. getting 4,000 veterans organized to go to different places, to do things, to stand up for people in this corporate, totalitarian system that we live in. Which, as Sheldon Wolin has said, that, it's been a corporate coup d'etat in slow motion in America, and it's complete. When both parties, it's funny to watch people get upset that Donald Trump, he's putting a guy from the oil company to secretary. Oh my God, he put a guy from Goldman Sachs in at the second. Oh, he put a guy who's for fracking in charge of the.
Oh, that outsider thing was complete nonsense. Who would have thought?
But that's what the Democrats have been doing. They were talking about, the guy he put in charge of the EPA is for fracking. Yeah, Hillary Clinton's transition manager was a fracking lobbyist. The guy who's supposed to staff her fucking entire White House was a pro-fracking lobbyist, Ken Salazar. We all know Barack Obama's cabinet came out of the Citigroup office. We all know that Hillary Clinton's problem was that she's too cozy with frickin' Wall Street. But now everybody's going, oh my God, you see Donald Trump, what he's doing? He's got this guy from Goldman Sachs. So everybody's at least now watching. So now that the Democrats aren't doing this, everyone's upset and everyone's watching, just like I predicted. And hopefully now we'll be able to stand up against this stuff. Instead of now we don't have to fight half the left anymore. Now we don't have to fight half the left saying, no, it's okay to have Goldman Sachs. No, it's okay that our foreign policy is based on oil. No, so at least now we can all come together to oppose horrible shit our government is doing. And this guy's got it right. Hey, we're doing another live Jimmy Dore show the day after Christmas, December 26th. We're doing a live Jimmy Dore show in Burbank, California. Come see it. There's a link for tickets right there.